guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Tara and I'm a physical therapist, and for my first video we're going to go over some glute activation exercises. So why is it important to be able to properly activate your glute muscles? If you're like me, a few years ago I was working out pretty consistently, but I really didn't see the changes in my glutes. I was trying, a lot of girls, we want to throw our butts in all honesty, trying to see growth, not really noticing it. And really the problem was that I was not activating my glute properly. I have a hip impingement on one side, on my left hip. So particularly on the left side, I really had a hard time activating the glute. And when I would do my exercises, I was really more quad and hamstring dominant. So basically I kind of changed my exercise routine, added in exercises that were simpler just to get my glutes activating properly, and then I finally started to see the changes. And it's not quick, it takes time, but I would say over the past 2 years or so, I definitely think I have been able to put on a lot of muscle. I wanted to share these exercises with you guys. So we're gonna do 2 glute max exercises and 1 glute med. So glute med is outer hip. So if you're someone who's been consistently working out, but you're really not seeing the changes that you want, or you're kind of like me, you're really feeling like your quads, hamstrings are sore, always working, but you're not feeling it in the glutes, these exercises will help you to be able to get that muscle firing and activating properly. If this isn't one of your goals, in general, strong glutes are really important in injury prevention from your low back down through the lower extremity all the way to the ankle. Strong glutes can help prevent injuries going forward into the future. If you feel like you are noticing your glute gains, that's awesome. You could always use these exercises as a warm-up prior to your leg day just to get the muscle firing before you do your heavier lifts, your squats, your deadlifts. So the exercises that we're going to go over today are not about lifting heavy weight. They're really about just teaching the glutes to activate in the proper way. All right, so let's get started. This is Tyson. I call him my firstborn. If you notice his teeth sticking out, it's because he does have a really bad underbite, although he honestly does not have that many teeth left. This is Hunter. He's my secondborn, and he constantly runs around with one of his toys in his mouth and likes to show you by putting it in your face. This is Macy. She is technically my niece, but she is living with us currently. Not sure if it's temporary or permanent, but she's very happy to be part of the pack. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to go over is one of the exercises for your glute max. So I call them prone TKEs. So these are really about just activating that glute in the proper way. Okay, so you're gonna lay on your stomach. Okay, so your back legs, you're gonna be on your toes of one foot. So we're gonna do 1 foot at a time. So if you can kind of see, I'm like curling my toes under on this side. So we're gonna do it in stages. So what you're gonna do first is you're gonna squeeze both glutes together. So both glutes squeeze. Next, so we're gonna lift this knee up off the floor. So keeping this engaged, lift up. And as you lift, you want to feel a little bit more glute activation on the side that you're lifting. So we're going to hold there. Next, you're going to keep that glute squeeze as you lower the knee down, so this is still engaged. And then lastly, you let go of that glute squeeze. So go through it one more time. So it's going to be both glute squeeze, lifting this knee, this is still squeezing. Hold 5 seconds. Tyson. Okay. Hold 5 seconds, and then keeping the glutes still with that squeeze, relax the knee down, and last thing to let go is the glute squeeze. So with your head position though, you don't want to be lifted, you want to keep your neck in neutral. So what I like to do is you kind of just hold my hand and then I relax straight down this way. So that way, there's no strain on your neck. So for reps, what I want you to do, so we'll do a 5-second hold on each side, and we'll do 10 reps each. So you could alternate right and left, back and forth. Okay, so for our next exercise, it's a progression of the first exercise I just showed you. So this is prone hip extension. So what we're doing with this activity is we're going to be like monitoring our pelvis to make sure that the glute's really activating in the best way that it can. Okay, so again, you're going to be laying on your stomach. Head position will be the same as the first exercise, so you can kind of put one hand here, head down, neck in neutral. I'll kind of lean to the side so you just hear me a little bit better when I'm going through the exercise. So prone hip extension basically is lifting the leg up this way, but we're just going to go through it in a little more detail just to make sure we're getting the best activation that you can. So with the leg you're lifting, I want you to put your hand under your hip on that side. So this little like bony part right here, that's where the hand is going. So as you do your squeeze first, so squeeze the glute, try to keep this side squeezed as you lift, and then as you lift, this isn't like, you don't want it lifting that it's like smashing down into your hand on the floor. You want to feel it still a little bit elevated off of your hand. So it's squeeze, lift, you know, just a little bit space here. It could touch your hand, but it's just, you don't want that extreme pressure, and then lower it down. What I don't want you to do, if you're trying to do this whole hand maneuver, you don't want to be lifting and like, okay, then now it's not pressing, but your whole body's turning, so your back is still staying straight. To count for this one, we're going to keep the same as the previous exercise, so it will be a lift, hold 5 seconds, and we're going to do 10 on each side. So you can either alternate back and forth, or you can do 10 on each one side, 10 on the other. That part really won't make much of a difference. Okay, so the last exercise that we're going to go through in this series is called sideline hip abduction. So this is working your glute med. So this is the outer hip. So a little different focus than the first 2 exercises that we did. Okay. So this is Hunter, by the way, and if I don't give him a bone to chew on while I'm doing trying to video, he will be constantly walking on me. So he kind of likes to hang out there. All right, so you're gonna lay on your side. Okay, so whatever's comfortable with head position, you can lay either down this way with the arms straight out, or if you kind of like go onto your hand, lift the head that way. So the bottom leg is gonna bend, top leg stays straight, and you wanna be in a straight line this way. So what you're gonna do, I like to keep my foot flexed so you're not pointed out, you're kind of flexed up toward you. And we're working this part of the hip. So we're going to keep the abs engaged a little bit, lift up, and then back down. So some things to think about that could change what muscle is activating. You don't want to be that, like your toes are going to point forward toward the wall. You're not here. So if you turn here, then you're really working your quad. You're not working your glutes. Some other things to think about is, a lot of times people the legs starts to drift forward when it gets fatigued, so they're like lifting here, and then it's working, it's not really working glute med, it's more like TFL. So to really get the glutes, you need to be here. So we're straight line, toes pointing forward. Think about this muscle. You could even kind of palpate it and see if you can feel it activating, and you lift up. And you don't need to go super high, because usually when you go so high, you're starting to get some of that rotation. So you're just lifting to about like hip level there, and then down. So we're lifting up and down. So for this one, I usually I don't do as long of a hold. I'll do like 2-second hold and then back down. Lift, 2-second hold, and back down. 3 sets of say like 10 to 15 reps, depending where you're at in your exercise routine, but you do want to feel a little bit of a burn in that outer hip there. Okay, so that concludes our glute activation video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and you guys can also, if you want to post in the comments any videos that you would like to see in the future, then you guys can let me know as well. I hope you all have a beautiful day.